welcome back to Faith, Family, and Fun Reviews. If you're new here on this channel, I share with you delightful, family-friendly, and faith-based movies and television shows. Welcome back to the channel, y'all. How y'all doing? How y'all Tuesday is going? All that good stuff. Please let me know in the comments how your day is going. Anything special happened to you today? Any expectations that you're expecting from the Lord? And He just totally put a smile on your face. Go ahead and share all that information in the comments below, because you never know what your words may do for someone else. May really encourage them, brighten their day, or just give them that little push to say, you know what? I can do this. I can get to the next day. I can get to that next corner, that next step, and see what God has for me, right? Well, y'all, as y'all can tell by the title of this video, we are doing a movie review here, and we're talking about the latest version, reimagining of Snow White. Y'all know from, if you stroll back to the video history, I have done a movie trailer reaction to this film, and it had gotten lots of attention. And so I was like, I really wanted to give this film a chance, even though I kind of made a mistake, which I don't usually do. I don't usually watch other people's reviews prior to watching a film. That just never really happens. But for whatever reason, it happened with this film, and that kind of discouraged me a little bit from going to the theaters and watching this. However, I ended up doing it yesterday, and I have to say I am not disappointed. I am going against the popular opinion here with this film, and it's for good reason. Like, seriously, because I don't approach a film the way most people do, and that is obviously kind of what makes this channel stand apart from many other channels, because I tend to focus obviously on family-friendly, faith-based. And even when I watch Disney films, which a lot of the Disney films are family films, but I approach it from a faith perspective. Like, that is what I'm looking for. I am going deep. I'm looking for the inner things that would kind of help us along our life journey, our walk with the Lord, all those kind of stuff. So that's usually how I approach a film. I'm not necessarily looking for if it had the best music, or the costumes were amazing or spectacular, or their hair were all of these different things. That ain't my thing. Okay, I am one of them people. That's what I love about films, is we can learn from a film. A film can be, for a lot of people who may not have like a big crowd, a circle of friends, who may not have a lot of different things going on, and a film can be bring comfort, soothing to, you know, the viewer, and can help that viewer get through some tough challenges that you're just not ready to share with, you know, the world, or have even someone to share with. So a lot of times films can be that for viewers, and so I tend to approach it from that aspect, which is why I have something, which is why my opinion is totally different from what you may have heard by now of this film. And so let's go ahead and get into it. This film is titled Snow White. It is a live action musical reimagining of the classical 1937 film. The magical music adventure journeys back to the timeless story with beloved characters. Now, faith watchers out there, going into this film, like I said, I made that mistake of having watched and heard what others have to say about this film. So that was kind of playing in the back of my mind, and I had to literally quiet my thoughts and like, no, I am here. Let's see what the Lord has for me. What is He going to speak to me through this film? What is going to stand out to me personally? And first off, I want to say right off the bat, I know people may have said, but they still even went on and harped on what they harped on, that this film has its target audience. And for most, and this target audience is not adults. It is not adults who are, especially, you know, way past being like a child. There are certain adults who can, and y'all forgive me if y'all feel like I'm like kind of like hesitant with my words, and I'm kind of processing exactly what I felt watching the film and different things, and exactly what message I want to get across to you all, right? So forgive me if I'm kind of like hesitant, or, you know, maybe stumbling over my words here and there, but I just have a certain thing that I just kind of really want to nail in on with this film. And one of the things is that for its target audience, which I would think is really like the elementary school kids, the little girls, you know, like I don't know, like maybe 12 and under, something like that. I would think the colors, the music, the way that Snow White carried herself, all these different things, and you know, having a whole good versus evil thing, that is the kind of thing that would stand out to a little girl like that, who is not necessarily a teenager, but just a little precious, sweet, innocent girl who may not have a whole lot of experience. We remember those days when we were like in elementary and everybody, you know, every girl wants to be a princess, right? And here we do it. We have a princess here. So automatically we know that this film target audience is not grown people, and yet we have a lot of grown people harping on a film and not so much in the best light. And it's crazy because it's like, okay, number one, you're not the target audience, right? So you want to put on those glasses from that perspective and really look at the film, okay, from what would that, is it like getting across to that the audience that is meant to reach? And I would have to say right off the bat, it does. And thinking about those moments when you were that age, that little girl, and like I said, every girl wants to be a princess, it's like, yeah, we love that. We love the singing, even if it's not, you're not even looking at it from like, okay, no, that song was not good or that song was great. When you're a kid and you're that young, a little girl like that, it's like all you want to do is sing. You want to sing, you want to twirl around, you want to dance, all that cute stuff. So right off the back, I want to say, you have little girls in your life, young little girls, you know, like 12 and under. Yes, go ahead and take them to see this film, because it is going to be something that I would think that would inspire them, especially if they are into music and dance and even theater. This is that for them, like seriously. Even me, although I'm not its target audience, but of course I got an excuse. I got an excuse to be in the theater and watch this, because I have a faith-based family channel. So yes, I love that idea. I have an excuse. I can be up in these kind of films and enjoying them and feeling good and stuff, because it does remind me to dream again. It does remind me that there is still good out there. And I think the message behind this film was so powerful to me, and that's what made me walk out smiling. That's what made me walk out. I don't have it with me, but my Snow White, I got me a little Snow White little cup, y'all, and it was so cute and stuff. I got it. It was cute. I still got it. I was drinking my little stuff, my icy and stuff out of it and everything, and I just had an amazing time, because it did take me back to those moments when I was a little girl, and when I did think at that time, not to say that I'm not thinking that right now, but at that time thinking that all things are possible, thinking that you are a princess and you're precious and everything is just, I mean, like they say, the sky is the limit. All that place where you want kids to be, where you want them to be, just dream and imagine and all of these different things. This is what this film just kind of, you know, invokes, and it puts you in that place. It puts you in a very, very happy place. And to see the character Snow White, which I never looked at her like this before, and I never really thought about this aspect of Snow White, because usually all the princess, what a person may call really, really pretty and stuff. And so, but from this aspect, looking at, I just never, and y'all may say duh, blah, but I just never knew that what made Snow White so special was the inner beauty. And that's crazy. You would have been like, blah, okay, you totally missed the message. What were you thinking growing up, right? Because everything always seemed like outer. And it's crazy, because that is what most people are harping on now when they with this film, all about the outer appearances, which is crazy. And it's the very thing that was like the issue within the film, within the story, the very thing that made the queen so wicked, because she was all about the outer beauty, and she totally missed why she wasn't the fairest of them all. You know what I'm saying? Because there was something inside. She wasn't beautiful inside. And it's crazy, because that's the thing that everybody is that's the thing. It's like a bunch of queens out here, and wicked queens out here that are watching this film like that, you know, looking at it from that aspect, like the way that the queen viewed the world. Everything was all about appearances. And it's the same thing that our world is doing now, and it's even more so like that, which makes the story even more relevant for the times that we're living in, because now it's seriously like that. Everything is all about the outside. It's all about appearances, and it doesn't necessarily matter what's inside of you, because it's almost like no one can see that and no one cares about it. And it's crazy, because that's what was happening within this film, within this story. And it made Snow White Beauty so much relevant. It made it so much more special and innocent, because that's not how she saw the world. She still saw goodness in the world, even though when everything looked so bad. And that is what we're dealing with right now. And it's like so hard to see the good in people. It's so hard to see the good in anything, because there's so much corruption, and that's what the media is showing us. And it takes a very special human being. It takes a different kind of spirit to be able to look at something and see something different than what the media is training us to see, what other people is training us to see, or to harp on, or to focus on, or to magnify. And that's what I really appreciated about this film, is that Snow White was precious. She was so innocent, and even in her innocence, which is what kind of made her vulnerable to the evil kind of stuff, it was like you still saw God come through for her, because she was so precious. She was so simple to evil. And that was like so beautiful to me. And of course, it reminded me of different things in the Bible. It reminded me of how God tell us how we're supposed to walk, how our character should be, and those fruit of the spirit, which you rarely see in people nowadays. And so I was just going through all of that as I was watching this film, and it just made that connection even more stronger for me. It helped me really enjoy the film and to kind of get lost in that world. And I was able to walk away from this film like really encouraged, and just thinking about our Heavenly Father, and like, wow, I want to be someone different. I want to be exactly who God say we should be. I want to walk that walk, even though you don't see most people on that. Most people are not on that path. And you want to, this film just made you really want to be like, yeah, like Snow White. She wasn't like everyone else. And wherever she went, even though there were other people who kind of got caught up in what was going on, got caught up in the darkness. Not that they were dark themselves, but because life had turned so dark, it was affecting them. And they were losing sight and lost sight of how good life could be, because everything seemed so dark around them. And when she stepped into their world, she was able to bring forth those things that they long ago forgot about, and long ago knew that was still inside of them, that they were still good, that was there. And it was nothing really special. And I thought about that. It was nothing really special about Snow White in a sense, where she had this special gift or a special power. It was just simply being kind, simply being loving, simply seeing others and wanting to be a help to other people. Being compassionate is what made her so special. And that was what was brought to the screen, and it blossomed. And I was just captivated by it all, and it made me, like, seriously, I walked out of there like, yes, I'm ready to take on whatever is next, because I want to be exactly who God wants me to be. And I want to be that exact kind of person. That is the way Jesus was, compassionate. He saw everyone. There was no one that he did not see. In the world we're living in now, so many people go unseen because they may not fit societal norms, whether it's appearance wise or however they speak, or what their status, or how much money they have, or who their circle of people, who they know. So many of us, we don't fit that, and so the world don't see you. But it's special, and it's wonderful, and it's beautiful when you are a person that sees everybody. So that's all I would have to say about this. And once again, I want to encourage you to go, especially if you have little girls in your life, because every little girl needs to be able to still dream and to see that life can be beautiful, and you can still be whatever God created you to be, even in the midst of all the darkness, right? And so this is such a special film, and I want to encourage you all, especially, like I said, if you have little girls in your life, especially 12 and under, yourself, to be encouraged to go ahead and watch this film. You're gonna enjoy it. You're gonna have a good time, right? So before I leave y'all, I want to go ahead and remind y'all of this scripture, right, which we don't really talk about enough, but it's so important. I cannot believe that I did not have this marked out already. Y'all have to forgive me. I thought I had it marked. Oh, wow. Okay. We almost there. Y'all wait for me. Okay, wait for me. All right, we kind of out of John 3:16. It reads, "For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whoever believes in him should not perish, but have everlasting life." That's all I have for y'all for this video. Thank y'all so much for watching. Please remember to leave y'all thoughts, your prayers, your overall take in the comment section below. Forgive me for being a little bit long-winded, but I just had to, I was just working out all my emotions and everything I had to say throughout as I was talking with y'all. So until next time, may the Lord bless and keep you both now and forevermore.